can assume our seats. Maria, you can give us a word of prayer. Thank you.
I will not ask you to stand up again, otherwise would have remained up. Let's just humble ourselves and pray. Father, we thank you for the gift of life you've given us. We thank you for our beloved country, Uganda. We thank you for the leadership that we have as a country, right from our very own president down to the lowest leadership, from where we come from as individuals. We also thank you for the leadership of the different sectors where we are coming from. We thank you for the partnerships that you've brought before us, both regional and beyond the region. As we commemorate the Drowning Prevention Day today, Lord, we need your guidance, we need your spirit amidst us, so we are guided on what to say and what to do, and only that uplifts your name. This we pray in the mighty name of Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Maria, for that word of prayer. We are living in the digital age. I am requesting everyone with a smartphone and you're on Twitter to at least tweet something this minute about the World Drowning Prevention Day. Let's tweet because we are in a campsite. The world out there must know what is happening at the Scouts campsite today, and we are having an interesting time. We are going to hear from the Commissioner Emergency Medical Services as the representative of the Minister of Health as our first speech, and time is not our best ally. I request us to be brief, all the people who come. If something has been hinted on by the previous speaker, try to summarize if you also had the same in your speech. Thank you. Welcome, Dr. JB. You may wish to use the podium.
Our guest of honor, Honorable Nandutu, representing the Minister of Water and Environment. Our leaders from various ministries, specifically Ministry of Water and Environment, Ministry of Works, and all the other related government institutions, our district representatives, various partners who have contributed to this cause, our visiting delegations from the United States of America, our teams that have just displayed to us, Energy for Action and the National Water Polo team, the members of the press, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Ministry of Health, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this function, which was declared in April 2021 by the United Nations General Assembly as a day to commemorate the drowning prevention. As you note, as a country, from various reports as submitted to us by the School of Public Health, over 90% of our drowning ends up as case fatality rate. And it is worse at the communities neighboring the large waters in the country. And as Ministry of Health, we do note that there are contributing risk factors like alcohol use around water. People are not examined before they participate in some of these activities. For instance, if you have a seizure disorder, epilepsy, and you participate in these activities, or you find yourself in water, it is very easy for you to get impaired when you are in water, and that will lead you to drown. Even people with heart conditions, it is noted that majority of the people who get affected are the young people, and I want to thank the organizing team for mobilizing the young people who have shown great participation in this drowning prevention day to day. We want to appreciate the Ministry of Works and Ministry of Water and Environment for taking the lead in preparing today's day and mobilizing all of us to this multi-sectorial approach. As Ministry of Health, our big role is to contribute in training the bystanders in the safe rescue and resuscitation. And Honorable Minister, as you saw the demonstration down, we are supposed to play that role in training the teams they are in. And as the Ministry of Water and Environment, during your tour, you saw that research rescue station, which we hope will be able to help us. The other one is to contribute in public awareness so that all of us as Ugandans, we take drowning as a public health problem. Ministry of Health has also contributed to policies and legislation towards drowning prevention. And in 2021, Honorable Minister, we had the National Emergency Medical Services Policy approved by Cabinet, and it is the one which we anchored some of these emergency responses. We would like to appreciate our partners who have really worked all through from 2020. We have been working with SwimSafe Uganda from 2020. We signed the Memorandum of Understanding, and we have had that partnership. And SwimSafe has also made linkages with the partners whom they will be able to mention here. I would like, in particular instance, this year to appreciate the EMS development partners like the Korean Federation for International Healthcare, the Malteser International, SEED Global Health, CHAI, and all the teams, Global Emergency Care, that have made particular contributions towards the drowning prevention day to day. I want to call upon all of you to prioritize this day, and we honorably do not mark it today because the theme of today, as it has been indicated, says do one thing, improve one thing, add one thing, depending on your level of participation. And we think that we can at our individual level and community level, we can be able to add a thing or two to the drowning prevention. I want to really thank all of you, especially the young people, for coming. And Honorable Minister, I want to appreciate you for getting time to be with us here. We don't take it for granted. We know you are very busy. We feel delighted, and we want to say thank you, and let us all keep together in addressing this public health burden. Thank you so much. Good.
Thank you, Commissioner. A round of applause. That seemed you never had breakfast, yet the cups are coming in and out. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome the representative from the local community. And I think this is the host community, the Scouts.
Our guest of honor tonight, all officials and leaders from the various ministries, Ministry of Water, Ministry of Health, commissioners under the Uganda Scouts Association. You are most welcome to Kaazi National Scouts Camping and Training Ground. My name is David Moledu. I'm the National Executive Commissioner for Uganda Scouts Association, and we are privileged to host the World Drowning Commemoration Day here at Kaazi. At Uganda Scouts Association, we are still excited because we have just opened a new department called the Marine Scouts or the Sea Scouts. And there is also a project that we are in partnership with Ministry of Health, Ministry of Works, that is ongoing. We've just done a small inspection of the site, and this is also contributing to the development of the Uganda Scouts Association. Our visitors from United States of America, the Uganda Scouts are happy to host you. You have seen the younger ones, even the rest of the group of the swimmers are scouts from within Uganda. Honorable Minister, Uganda Scouts Association is the largest youth group in Uganda. We have scouts in schools and in open troops in every district of Uganda. That's why you can see teams coming from Mayuge. Mayuge, where are you? I'm also from Waitambogwe. Timusangaire kumbona. Okay. Nzenva Waitambogwe ninze Muledu David. We have from Namayingo Muliwa. From Namayingo Bulisa. Yes, countrywide. And according to the survey and the report, the most affected group in drowning is the youth. And if Uganda Scouts has the largest youth group in Uganda, then we are very good partners to the cause. For anything small or big, we shall always welcome the activities. We are hosting today, but even in next year, every celebration, we shall still host. We are having, as you enter into the campsite, there is some site that is being developed. That is the new Scouts headquarters, and it also has a conference hall that can accommodate up to 800 guests. So next year, we shall have completed it, and entering into expenses of tents and sound and all of these projectors, I think we shall have our conference hall ready. Please, we are ready to host even the coming years. I have a few scout leaders. Mr. Ashaka Kam is a project coordinator for Marine. I have my brother Nicholas. Let me give them an opportunity to introduce themselves, and then the head will also say something small, and we end our submission or our remarks as the host. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, the NEC and the supervisor of the Secretariat. Ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome. Right Honorable, thank you so much for coming. I want to thank every partner and everybody that has been here, that has given in all their efforts towards drowning prevention. Uganda Scouts Station is a virgin place to partner with in drown prevention, being on the shores of the lake and being the largest movement for the young people. Hashaka Edson is my name, the coordinator for search and rescue project that is ongoing, a very good youth motivator, and I love working with partners in the youth sector. Thank you so much. Let me welcome to partner with us. We look forward to working with you and ensuring for the best. I want to assure all ministries and government agencies, the Scouts are available for partnership in every area you want. They are trained, they're educated, and they are available. Thank you so much. The drowning prevention program in Scouts was not there. We didn't have it. But today, hopefully we shall be launching the first badge for prevention with our partners from the US. And when we launch that badge, at an appointed time, they've given the opportunity. Then every year during the World Drowning Day, we shall be awarding Scouters with our drowning prevention badge. So we thank you also for that hint, and we look forward to the best. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nicholas Katamba, Chief in charge of training Marine Scouts, Uganda.
Chintu Solomon, District Executive Commissioner, the Scouts leader. Thank you so much.
Next month, August, from 25th to 30th, we shall have a National Scouts Camporee, where scouts from all districts are going to come and camp here. The opening ceremony will be presided over by the Right Honorable Prime Minister, and the closing ceremony will be presided over by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, who will also commission the developments, the Scouts headquarters, and the Marine and Rescue. The youth that are here, you are most welcome to that camp. Our brass band, thank you for the wonderful performance. Keep the spirit. With those few remarks, I wish you nice celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Scouts of Uganda, or Uganda Scouts. They deserve a round of applause. We are progressing on well. I don't know whether the ghetto kids are already in the house. We could have them briefly entertain us. Ghetto kids? Who's coordinating the ghetto kids? Yeah, if they are not ready, we can have our keynote address, which is titled "Anyone Can Drown, No One Should." understanding the importance of water safety and drowning prevention. Okay, thank you. Professor, you can step forward and make your keynote address. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and welcome, Honorable Minister. Thank you so much for joining us here today, as well as all our other partners who made the effort and time to be here. Drowning is the third largest cause of preventable death from injury in the world. Over 300,000 people die every year from drowning, but 90% of those people live in low and middle income countries, and many of them live in Africa, including here in Uganda. Lake Victoria has some of the highest drowning rates in the entire world. So there's lots of work for us to do. There are many risk factors for drowning. Low income, not knowing how to swim, not having access to rescue resources, as well as the lack of fencing, the lack of signage, and the lack of weather reporting systems that can alert people on the lake and on other bodies of water to make themselves safe. We have lots of work to do, but there are many solutions that work. And many of those solutions are already in progress here in Uganda. We'll hear about many of them today from our various partners who are in the house. They include things related to community outreach and community rescue ambassador programs like are here. They include emergency rescue services, including the Emergency Rescue Center that we just visited. There's emergency taxis being deployed throughout the country, ambulances, and many more activities. It's a testament to the already engaged community in drowning prevention that exists here in Uganda, starting from the research community all the way through government and policy. But again, there's still much to do. Just in May, the World Health Assembly passed its first resolution on drowning prevention, calling on countries around the world to develop national strategies and implement programs. Uganda is ahead of the game in this sense, since a strategy has already been drafted and is ready for implementation. The other good news is that the partners who are needed to implement this strategy are here in the tent with us today. I have been working now in Uganda for 10 plus years, and the one thing that I know is that you have a remarkable, committed team of stakeholders already in place to address drowning prevention. We are all working very hard, and this includes the Ministry of Water and Transportation and the Ministry of Health, who are working together on developing and implementing the strategy. But it also includes our Marine Police, who are on the front line of rescuing our citizens when they need it. It also includes a number of nonprofit organizations, including Swim Safe Uganda and the Ugandan Life Saving Association. It includes the Ugandan Scouts, and thanks again for hosting us today, and the millions of children that are reached through the Ugandan Scouts and who can be made again ambassadors for drowning prevention through their network. It also includes academia, including Makerere University, and the important work they're doing to research the problem and find evidence-based solutions and evaluate those solutions so we know that we're doing the right things with our resources and having the biggest impact that we can. It includes the corporate private sector and engaging their resources to make a difference. And of course, it includes the international community, because drowning is not just a problem here in Uganda, it is a problem around the world. And we need to share our knowledge and our solutions with each other so that we can all be working together to do better. I am here as a member of the international community, committed to working and partnering with you all so that we can all improve our work in drowning prevention. We met a year ago here under a very similar tent and had a very similar discussion. Reflecting back a year later, I can say that we are all wiser, we have more knowledge, we've done more programming, we have more allies on our side. We have everything we need with one big exception, and I would argue that that is resources. We do not have the resources required to implement the strategy that we've developed or to do what was needed to be done to save the hundreds and the thousands of lives that are being lost to drowning. I am a donor. I'm committed to my university's is committed to drowning prevention resources to this event, for example, as well as through the nonprofit that I partner in, Energy and Action. Why is it that I'm willing to donate? I do it because I know about the problem. I'm aware and I'm emotionally engaged and I want to make a difference. I also donate here because I know you and I know how capable you are and how dedicated you are and that you're going to make good use of the resources that I give you. And I'm committed to partnering with you over time. We need to get more people on board who know, who believe in you, and who want to make a difference. So I'm going to call on all of you for the next year that along with continuing our important work that we're doing, that we look out for our partners who are willing to fund and are going to push, whatever sector we're in, whatever position we're in, we're going to look for those partners who can bring in the resources that we need to continue to do our work and to grow it to be much bigger. Today's theme is that everyone can do something. And in this room, everyone is already doing something. We're going to continue to do that, and we're going to find more people to do something with us. Everything in life is teamwork. No one can do something alone. So together as a team, we need to work as one. We need to let go of our turf and our battles and our concerns, and we need to think about how together we can make a bigger difference. And so that would be my goal and my aim, is for us all to think together and work together as one team, like those water polo players in that pool that we just watched. And we are also going to score those goals, and we're going to make and it be an achievement together. So thank you so much. I'm hoping that the Ghetto Kids are ready, because I can't wait to see their show. And one of the important things about having the Ghetto Kids here is the need to extend our message out to the public and make sure that they're hearing our messages. And so getting people like the Ghetto Kids as drowning prevention ambassadors is so important so that we can get our message out. So thank you again, Minister, for joining us, and thank you all for being here.
You can believe this is so passionate about the subject matter. Thank you very much. Okay, we are going to have an interlude from the Scouts. I think they should be making their way here. But as they get ready, we can have remarks from Makerere School of Public Health, gaining expert insight, the state of water safety and drowning prevention in Uganda. A representative of Makerere School of Public Health. You're welcome.
our guest of honor, all invited guests, thank you for coming and thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Frederick Oporia. I teach at the School of Public Health, Makerere University. Most of the statistics that inform all actions in Uganda are generated from Makerere University, and that is not pride, but something that we can say it's one thing that we are doing to contribute to drowning prevention. We believe that, and I think all other members believe that if you can't, it's a slogan that we use at the School of Public Health. If you can't measure it, you can't control it. So we believe so much in data. So from the World Health Organization, Africa is still among the most affected. The recent statistics show that there is some improvement. We are no longer suffering the highest rate. It has now gone back to Southeast Asia and the Pacific, but Africa is still greatly affected. That is not something to be taken lightly because we don't have data. We can't measure. We don't know what the problem is. We don't know the size of the problem, and that might give you a false, impression that you're doing well, yet the problem is just not being captured. One of the contributing factors to this big burden, especially most pronounced in Africa, is poor surveillance systems. And Uganda is yet to join some of the high-income countries that have developed robust surveillance systems for drowning specifically. We are doing well in other injuries like road traffic crashes, so on. Drowning is not yet in the surveillance system of the Ministry of Health, and we are happy that we are getting the important sectors to discuss these issues. If we don't have surveillance, if we don't have data that gives us the size of the problem, then we are not going to be able to design appropriate interventions that the Ministry of Water and Environment to be the government lead in this. This is something that we've registered at the university as a major achievement. Right now, without a strategy, we have uncoordinated efforts. We are working, doing very good work, but not well coordinated. We are replicating efforts, we are replicating activities that are not giving us the rightful sense of what we can be proud of. So we hope that with that strategy, we will then be able to tailor and make sure that anyone who is doing anything in drowning is coordinated. Then together we can be able to realize that impact or change that we hope. One of the things that we know from literature is survival swimming, which is considered as the last line of defense for drowning. All other things can fail, but once you have survival swimming skills, that is your only hope of making it alive. Because we also know that however much you are a good swimmer, if you are 5 kilometers away from the shores, and you don't have survival swimming skills, just forget about it. So we are happy that we have several non-profit organizations that are already doing this. And when they are supported and guided with policies and strategies, we are likely, or we hope, that we can have much more than what we see. Of course, we are also aware that they alone cannot do much. They need the government arm in this. The government has the mandate to regulate the standards and the curricula that they use for swimming. At the WHO, this is being discussed. How do we make sure that this is standardized and evaluate? The first is going to be piloted in the US to make sure that the swimming curricula are uniform across all the states. They are going to start with the 10 pilot states. Once that is successful, then it may be scaled down to other low-income countries, and Uganda is on the list. I can't promise when it will get here, but surely we are on the list, and I'm in that committee for drowning prevention for the WHO. So with very many words, I don't want to take up much of the time, but my key message is that we are not yet where we want to be, but we are happy that we are not where we were last year today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The good news is that between last celebration and today, I've since learned how to swim. And I hope that every one of us here takes lessons for swimming. I am improving each day that passes. Maria knows that I swim. It's not fiction. We are going to have the Scouts entertainers for some short time. Thereafter, we shall have the popular and famous, the Ghetto Kids. Thank you. You're welcome, the Scouts.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are Cub Scouts from Elion Primary School, Mutungo, who will give us a musical poem. Hopefully we can all enjoy. The poem is about today's theme and purpose.
Drowning is the process of experiencing respiratory impairment from submersion or immersion in liquids. Outcomes are classified as death, morbidity, and no morbidity. In 2019, an estimated 236,000 people died from drowning, making drowning a major public health problem worldwide. The drowning injuries accounted for almost 8% of the total global mortality. Drowning is the third leading cause of unintentional injury death, accounting for 7% of all injury-related deaths. The global burden and death from drowning is found in all economies and regions. However, low and middle income countries account for over 90% of unintentional drowning deaths. Children, males, and individuals with increased access to water are at the most risk of drowning. How can we prevent drowning? These are the basic fundamental measures that everybody must know in order to prevent drowning. Learn the basic swimming and water safety skills. Formal swimming lessons can reduce the risk of drowning. Build fences that fully enclose the pools. Supervise closely the people who are swimming in waters. Wear a life jacket. Learn CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Know the risks of natural waters. Do not drink and swim. How to treat someone who is drowning. Throw flotation devices such as rescue tubes and life jacket, or extend a long pole for the drowning person to hold on to. Begin resuscitation, CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Keep the head and neck very still in case of any spinal, neck or head injuries.
You are going to drown. I am the owner of waters, the father, the mother of waters. It is your time to die, to drown.
Please help me. I have failed to balance my body. It's not my cause. A friend of mine told me to come and try swimming, and I didn't know how to do it. Please forgive me. I'm drowning.
Drown. Yes.
First aid for drowning. Using the hand on the forehead, pinch the casualty's mouth with your finger and thumb, allowing the casualty's mouth to fall open. Take a breath and place your lips around the casualty's mouth, forming a seal. Blow into the casualty's mouth until the chest rises, followed by beginning the chest compression.
Where are you this moment? Only in my dreams.
Who has held the oceans in his hands? Who has numbered every grain of sand? Kings and nations tremble at his voice. All creation rises to rejoice.
Hey, halala, halala, halala. Hey, halala, South Africa. Hey, halala, halala, halala. Hey, halala, South Africa. Hey, halala, halala, halala. Hey, halala, South Africa. Sangena, sangena, Bafana, Bafana, sangena, sangena, Bafana, Bafana, sangena, sangena, Bafana, Bafana, sangena, sangena, South Africa. Hey, halala, halala, halala. Hey, halala, South Africa. Hey, halala, halala, halala. Hey, halala, South Africa. Together we stand as one, South Africa. We sing our song with vuvuzelas, the flags of light. South Africa, this is our time. Sangena, sangena, Bafana, Bafana, sangena, sangena, Bafana, Bafana, sangena, sangena, Bafana, Bafana, sangena, sangena, South Africa. Hey, halala, halala, halala. Hey, halala, South Africa. Hey, halala, halala, halala. Hey, halala, South Africa.
Wow, wow, wow. That is what they call creativity. A round of applause to these young souls. Thank you very much for that captivating piece of art. You all agree with me, everyone was attentive. But because time is not on our side, there were people still enjoying, otherwise others were about to strangle me to disrupt this presentation. And I was also enjoying. So I couldn't disrupt it. We are going to have our next presenter, and this is the Commissioner of Water and Environment, talking to us about safeguarding lives through adopting a national drowning prevention strategy. Thereafter, we shall have the ghetto kids. Thank you. And please, let's keep it short. Time is not on our side.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Actually, I had prepared a presentation. Technical team, can you? Okay, that's okay. Is it able to show? Yeah, so Honorable Minister, as the technical team prepares, I would also like to add my voice and appreciate the kids who have been here. Their performance actually was quite captivating. And if you've all really appreciated, I'll still ask another round of applause. Thank you. The Honorable Minister Agnes Nandutu, Professor Hither, who has actually contributed a lot to today's function in terms of mobilizing resources, but also a personal support. Commissioner John Baptist, you've played a very important role in having this function happen. I would also recognize the presence of Hajat Hafsa Kasule, the representative of the World Health Organization. The global scale, WHO is the institution that is responsible for spearheading interventions in drown prevention. Honorable Minister, looks like the presentation has failed, but I'll try to take you through what I've prepared for this gathering. We've all heard about drowning as being one of the leading causes of unintentional injury and death globally. The 90% statistic we've noted. And Africa being one of the key, or one of the regions where this is very prominent. And for Uganda, when we did a survey, we noted that about 1,500 drowning cases happen in just 60 districts of the country. But we know that this kind of risk can be averted by making sure that we have right policies in place to help and coordinate stakeholders. And again, as Dr. Opori has mentioned, that we need this coordination to ensure that everyone in their sector, they are tagging in the same direction. Why do we need a strategy? Again, as it has been mentioned, that far too many Ugandans are dying as a result of drowning in our lakes and also other water bodies, including pools. We know that the conditions and circumstances actually can be averted. There are different sectors and actors that need to work together. We are aware that there's navigation on the lake where we need to work with the Ministry of Works and Transport to make sure that we put interventions in place to address drowning. This morning we had opportunity to take the Honorable Minister and have a visit at a search and rescue center that is being constructed. It's one of the 8 that is being constructed around Lake Victoria. And we believe that with this kind of facilities, similar events that we had with the balancing the boat would be a thing of the past. But without a strategy, again, as a matter of emphasis, drowning prevention could be difficult to address. So having noticed all these challenges, and again using statistics from Makerere University, as Dr. Pori has mentioned, we realize that we need to come up with a strategy that will help stakeholders to tag in the same direction. The first draft was presented before the National Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction. Honorable Minister, this is under your ministry or your docket. And from that, there were recommendations that the Ministry of Water spearheads the finalization of the strategy. And I would like to underline the word spearheading. It doesn't mean that this is a strategy for Ministry of Water, but rather they are also actors, as you can see down there, that we have to work with. So the Office of the Prime Minister requested the ministry, again, to finalize the strategy. And currently, we've been able to finalize the strategy. And this is the cover of the strategy that we had anticipated to launch. But unfortunately, we've not been able to adopt the strategy across the key sectors. Much as the Ministry of Water has adopted the strategy, Ministry of Health, as well as Ministry of Works and Transport, but we know that unless the other sectors can also adopt, then it will only be a strategy for those three ministries. So we are quite keen to make sure that we pursue the others also to buy into the strategy. The strategic goal for this strategy is to reduce risk of drowning among the highest risk populations, but we also intend to use the strategy to reduce the deaths as a result of drowning by 25% by the year 2028. So that is the main goal of the strategy. There are 6 strategic areas that we've identified in the strategy. I'll just briefly take you through these strategic areas. 1 is to set and enforce safe boating and shipping regulations. We noticed that some of the deaths actually happen because of the substandard boats that we have on our water bodies. And we are partnering with, again, Ministry of Fisheries, Ministry of Works, and the Marines to make sure that the boats actually meet the standards on the lake. I'm aware that the communities, the fisher communities sometimes feel like they're harassed, but also we have your safety in mind as we try to enforce those regulations. The second strategic area is teaching school-age children swimming as well as water safety skills. Luckily enough, as we grow or develop, we realize that we have more school children going or participating in swimming. And we would like to make sure that their safety is taken care of by making sure that we teach them how to swim, but also they learn the safety skills as they've been demonstrated by the group that just left at the podium. 3, we need to create awareness on water safety and drowning prevention for different kinds of risks. And here we're trying to target the communities that are around the lake. And again, I was having a chat with the leadership of the Scouts in Uganda and saying the Scouts could be a key avenue on promoting awareness around the water bodies of Uganda, that risk is real, drowning is real, but also we can try to have interventions to address that. The third strategic area, Honorable Minister, is training responders in safe rescue and resuscitation. We need to have fast responders, people who can be in the community and they're called on to respond to such incidences before even perhaps the government agencies can respond. So this is a key area that again we've identified as part of the strategy. Building resilience and managing floods risks as well as hazards. Floods is one of the areas where we experience drowning, but we would like to develop resilience. And how do we develop this resilience? By making sure that we have forecasting systems that can tell that we are likely to have a flood, so that the communities that are within the flood-prone areas can vacate in time. So those are some of the key areas. The last one is monitoring and evaluation. As we try to implement these interventions, it's very important that we keep track on the efforts, whether they're yielding results or not, and where can we change in those interventions. So those are the 6 strategic areas that we identified. In the other parts of the slide, actually I tried to look at the gaps of each of those areas, but I won't go into those because of time. Again, as I mentioned, that drowning is not an issue within one sector, but we need several players. We are looking at Ministry of Education and Sports. We are looking at local governments, ministries and agencies that are responsible for water transport, the NGOs, and I would like to appreciate the likes of SwimSafe that are trying to promote interventions that are addressing flooding. We're also working with international partners, as professors mentioned. Energy in Action, we are really very grateful for your support. The Office of the Prime Minister, again, as I hinted, Honorable Minister, is very key in ensuring that all actors, we all tag in the same direction as government agencies. The Minister of Finance, again, Professor hinted on that we've developed a strategy which is close to 25 billion Uganda shillings to be implemented in the next 5 years. That is from 2023 up to 2028. But financing the strategy would be very critical. Currently, we have about 40% of the resources that we need. And these are basically activities that are ongoing within the sectors. But we feel we still need that 60% of those resources will need to be mobilized, and the Ministry of Finance will be key in that area. Ministry of Water and Environment, as I mentioned, we are spearheading, and again, I'm saying that we need to carry our role and make sure that all other partners are on board. The boat builders and owners, under one of the projects that we are supporting, or that government is implementing, is called the Multinational Lake Victoria and Transport Project. We are helping communities to learn how to build safe boats. So we intend to carry on this to make sure that we roll it out on all water bodies in Uganda. Currently, it's still with on Lake Victoria. The police marines cannot be forgotten because, again, they play a critical role when it comes to search and rescue. The Ministry of Tourism, as well as the military, headed by UPDF. In this slide, I was just showing you the budget that we've come up with, but I've already mentioned that 25 billion has been earmarked or estimated to implement the project for the next 5 years. But we have 40%, which comes to about 11 billion Uganda shillings. So we need to look for another 14 billion to implement the strategy. The ministries, again, that was Water, Ministry of Works and Health, that have adopted, and we are urging the other partners that I've mentioned earlier to make sure that they adopt a strategy, and this can be officially launched and can be also used to resource mobilize. Chair, that's what I had to say, and I think if we can have everyone on board, then we shall be able to address the challenge that we are looking at today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Strategies OI. Are we still awake? And allow me invite the ghetto kids. The ghetto kids to give us an interlude as we prepare to go into a panel discussion. The ghetto kids. Are they here?
Hello, can we go, please? Can you hurry up, Abasoka? Okay, guys, now bring the champagne inside casket. Odoguna the spender. Eternal Africa. Bring the champagne inside casket. Odoguna the spender. Eternal Africa. If you get the money, or you're spending money, she get the 3. DJ, put it down. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? I can't hear some noise in the building. Are you guys ready? Can I hear some noise? Say, ghetto kids! Ghetto kids! You're down, guys. All right, DJ, let's go.
We are the ghetto kids from Uganda, Africa.
Here comes Josephine.
Bossy,
show,
bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man.
Yo! Let's go!
Bossy, bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast street. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy.
Yay! Katara Kubugalo now. Show. All right. Yeah.
Another one.
Estamos rompiendo la discoteca, la fiesta no para apenas comienza. C'est comme ça, ma chérie. La 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 la. Francia, Colombia, me gusta. Freeze. Y Balvin, Willy William, me gusta. Freeze. Los DJ no mienten, me gusta mi gente y eso se fue.
Katongole, wait, you. Jojo. Hey, Can I hear some noise for Josephine? Show. Hey, corner dance. Show. Show. Katongole. Sha. Tabo. Sha. She. Hey. Aditi. Katongole. Time. Show. Ashraf. Go on. Yeah. Cha.
Baby, show me you can calm down, calm down. Dance with me and take the lead now, lead now. Got you so high that you can't come down, come down. Don't you ask, you know you're allowed, allowed. When it's you, I can't say no. Baby, give me love. You got me like Shady gon' give me As I reach my house, I see me got a small wall. As me I wake up, now she did my walk. Day one, day two, one of you focus.
Sure. Gonna dance. You guys there?
Choosing your battle. Pick yourself up and dust yourself off and back in the saddle.
Can you hear some noise in the building? Yeah.
Everyone's watching. You know it's serious.
Yo.
We're getting closer. This isn't
Yo.
over.
Let's go.
Pressure's on. You feel
Danger.
it, but you got it all.
Brandon. Yeah.
When you fold it up,
Wait again. Brandon. Sound noise for Brandon. Show. Let's go. Show. Yeah. Wow. Yo. 1, 2, 3. DJ. Yeah. Put it down. All right. I would like to invite our friends, the scouts. We taught them some dance. And then, are you ready for them? All right. Let's go. Come over, guys. Let's welcome them. Hey. Can you clap for them as they are coming? Hey. Come over, guys. We said them something. All right. Let's go, guys. A little bit. Catch it, Janina Coron. The others coming. All right, extend a little bit. Yeah, this way. Are you guys ready? All right. DJ, let's go. Let's support our fellow ones. Hey, they learn some moves. Wamatu balageko. Another one. Empere. Gonna dance. Hello. Can I hear some noise in the building? If you guys are enjoying, thank you. Corner. Hey, the giant. Hey. Hello. Corner. Waji. Omusajja mumwe kalulu. Thank you. Aya bas. Kanadas. Omulala. Go. Aha. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you. Good. Thank you so much. All right. Come over. And then I have another group. Yeah, let me introduce to you Anna, our friend from California, to join us too. Are you ready for Anna? Yes, yes. All right. Come over, Anna. Let's go. Welcome, Anna. A new member in the Ghetto Kids. All right. All right. Okay. DJ, let's go. Anna, move vibe. Eh? Hey. Anna. The smile. Some noise for Anna. Sure. Hey, Empere Uganda Jirabe. Let's go. Sierra. Sure. Sierra. Hey. Let's Rick. Hey. Jiki. Rick. Akaruka Ricky Kariwa. Ricky Agalachi. Konadas. Ay. Let's go. Konadas. Hey. Ricky. Show on you. Keisha. Hey. Hey. Akaruru Kariwa. Show. Keisha. Josephine. Show. Yeah. Corner. Hey, Josephine. Let's go. Let's go. Show. Maria. Hey. Katra. Katongole. Aya. Katongole. Show. Hey. Katongole. Wanji. Eriso ya. Akaruru Kariwa. Hey. Katongole. Hey. What? Ay. Katongole. Hey. Twaleri. Aya. Let's go. Show. Let's go. Katra. Anna. Akaruka Anna Kaiwa. Konadas. Anna. Impere. Corner. Sha. Thank you. Hey. Sabuka. Show. Hello. Konadas. Yo. Sure. Let's go. Ashio. Hey. Corner. Cha. Ashio. Kwe. Abanyumira kampulira kalulu. Thank you. DJ ready? Ogomeranza DJ. One drop. Sha. Ta. Sha. 1, 2, 3. Hey, 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 hey. King. 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 Yeah. Show. Good. King. 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 Hey. One. Hey. Hey. Show. DJ. Kachao. Look at that. Hey. Hey. Hello. Wait. Hey. Akarukariwa. Show. Hey. Hey. Lete. Show. Akram. Value. Way. Ay. Hey. Akram. Ay. Akarukariwa tugende maso. Show. Aya. Director Zai. Wow, Swim Safe Uganda, thank you. Show. Aya. Akram. Show. Akarukariwa kayagala. Show. Wanji. Akram. Hey, show. 1, 2, MJ. Michael Jackson. What? Show. Let's go. Akram, any part of Professor there? Professor Oyao. I do want a Professor. Oh yeah. Uno now. Oh yo. Jago kama ka dance. Ka photo. Sha. Sha. Hasha down. Photo. Hey. Quick. One. Yes. Let's go. This is yours. Dedication to Professor. Yeah. Hey. Picture. Professor. Put it down. Thank you so much. We are the Ghetto Kids. We love you. May God bless you. Swim Safe Uganda.
This is should have been the epitome and the climax. Because any other present asimanyi. We are going to have a poem from Kare Africa, then we shall wrap up with the panel discussion. Thank you. Let's have Kare Africa. Kare Africa, where are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Before you is Care Africa. Care Africa. Empower humanity with skills, information, and knowledge. With a poem entitled Drowning. Please listen and take note.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. spaces between us. You have come to show you. Go rest in peace. You'll always be in my heart. Mama, God bless your soul. I know that you're in good hands. Life ain't easy without you, Mama, 'cause you've been there for me. Anytime, anywhere.
Has number one with high drowning mortality rates at 62 times higher as per World Health Organization African regional rates. Oh. Due to weak policies and enforcement, absence of barriers, lawlessness, ignorance about the dangers of water accidents, poor conditions of water vessels, overloading of water vessels, negligence and lack of supervision, alcohol and drug abuse among the youth, lack of swimming skills and lack of 24-hour rescuers. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, take precautions. Land-based swimming and water safety skills. Use vessels that fully enclose pools. Supervise closely. Wear a life jacket. Know the risks of water bodies.
Dear government, prioritize and allocate drowning prevention and water safety fund. Sensitize the masses about the dangers of water accidents. Adopt mechanism of drowning prevention and water safety legislations.
Oh. Fellow countrymen, hear our call. All stakeholders, not forgetting World Health Organization, Ministry of the Prime Minister, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Works and Transport, Water and Environment, Uganda People's Defense Force Marine, Uganda Police Force Marine, and all civil society organizations. Do whatever it takes to reduce of the rapid drowning mortality rate in Uganda and the world at large. Water safety saves lives for God and my country.
Oh, what a day. We have had enough entertainment. We are going to omit the documentary. We shall have it at the end when we are having our lunch. Allow me request the teams to set up for the panel discussion. The scouts can help us organize the setup as it was. So I expect the representative from Ministry of Health, Ministry of Water, Ministry of Works and Transport, Marine Police, Swim Safe Uganda, and a community representative to be part of the panel discussion. So allow me invite Ministry of Health to take up the finding where you can sit. Ministry of Works and Transport, Marine Police, Swim Safe Uganda, Okay, I'm also advised that the representative of the WR should be up here. All WHO should be represented. So kindly take.
Thank you very much, our participants today and our panelists for today. We are going to make this very, very fast, and I request our panelists to be succinct and precise to the answer. They are simple discussion questions that we are going to request you to tell us. So our MC has already introduced our panelists. I won't go into the introduction. I'll just go straight to the Ministry of Works and Transport. Just one question for you, sir. Your ministry is responsible for transportation on all Ugandan waterways and on the roads. Can you just tell us a sense of how much this work is and what are the risks in this transport sector?
Thank you, moderator. Yes, it's true the Ministry of Works and Transport is responsible for transportation of all modes, including water transport. The work is huge. As you all know that the surface area of the country is about 18% waterways, and most of these are navigable. And world over, you may be aware that about 90% of the cargo or the consumables we get are moved by water. That's how sensitive and very important water transport is. Looking at that, there are many challenges associated with it. Of course, these are the risks involved on water transport that lead to accident, which leads to definitely the loss of persons, property, and all that. The Ministry of Works and Transport are giving it an importance. In 2017, decided to put up a department specialized for water transport, and that is the Maritime Administration Department. This is now a department fully fledged, specialized to deal with water transport. In line of that, we realized that water transport, much as we gave it importance, we needed to do much more. And in 2021, the government, through the Ministry of Works, enacted a new law to ensure that water transport is regulated such that it follows the safe way of operations. And the Inland Water Transport 2021 was enacted. So we are moving ahead to now have the regulations in place to operationalize that act. That is to have regulations that ensure that preventive behavior or preventive actions are taken place, like regulations to ensure that people wear life jackets. There are so many of our boats on the waters which don't follow the standards. So these are one of the regulations we are undertaking to ensure that the boats are having the right standards. You know the famous balance the boat?
Yep.
It is a result of having a substandard vessel on our waters. So we are moving forward to ensure that at least we have standard vessels, standard boats on our waterways.
Thank you.
And we realize, before you cut me off, we realize that some of these things are not just because of the standards. It is the environment. It is the nature. And as the Minister of Works, looking at the importance of water transport, we are engaging with our other stakeholders to have the weather buoys, such that we can detect that the weather is going bad, and we inform the public. So we go ahead, we go further to make sure that the public is informed. In case there is weather has changed and is risky, then we, through the weather instruments we have on the waters, we can actually notify the public that please adhere or avoid. So we are doing much more than you may be knowing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barnabas. Mr. Moses Kalanzi, we are happy that we have the youth today here. And as you are aware, Uganda's 45 million people, more than half are children. Your work is to train these people. What exactly do you train them?
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. It must be noted that WHO came up with a recommendation for drowning prevention. And in here, there was teach school children swimming and water safety. WHO didn't stop there, but they moved on and published 21 steps to teach swimming. So this was a benchmark for everyone in the world to go and implement. Swim Safe Uganda, we are using the 21 steps recommended by the WHO as we are teaching swimming. And so far we have taught 700,000 children since 2011. But on top of that, that's very crucial because it's generation change. But we realize that according to the report by the Makerere University School of Public Health, that drowning, the fishing community is suffering more than anybody. So we couldn't just lament and wait for years and years. We decided to go for the community, setting up community-first responder teams, mainly for aquatics. It must be noted that in other countries, they depend more on these volunteers. I'll give you an example of UK, where most of the rescue that are done by RNLI, the Royal Lifeboat Institute. But in Uganda, we depend on the government agency who are paid. This, I want to bring it to attention to everybody here that the way we are implementing Uganda, we are richer than UK and US. The way UK, they are using volunteers. For us, we are depending on the people whom we are paying, meaning that we don't see the value of the community. And I think that's something we went for, and we started in establishing these community-based branches. And what they do, they're trained in water safety, general awareness, they're trained in swimming, then also rescue, aquatic rescue and resuscitation. So that's what we teach.
Thank you very much. And I'll go to your neighbor, ASP Numbers or Gladys. As we know, Uganda is very rich with water resources. In the extensive waterways of the country, what does the Marine Police do to help the public? And how do they contact you?
Thank you, moderator. Uganda Police Force Marine Unit. We are established as a specialized unit charged with the responsibility of overseeing all the major water bodies in Uganda. Our mandate is to ensure safety and security of persons and their property in the maritime domain. We enforce maritime laws and regulations on water. We provide support role like transportation of persons, especially VIPs on water. We liaise with other stakeholders, internationally and locally. For example, Ministry of Works, Ministry of Water, and so many others to do our work. Or also conduct search, rescue operation, search, rescue, and salvage operations on water. Those are our mandates. How do they reach us? Marines, we have a toll-free number. I've come with a copy of a brochure which has all the details and the contacts. We have a toll-free number which can be accessed using all the networks. I can read out the number. It's 0800 300 113. I repeat, 0800 300 113. It's a toll-free number. We also use the 99 system, which police uses as an institution. So once one calls the 99, we are able to be reached as the Marine Department. We also work with the Ministry of Works. They have the rescue, I may not say it well, but they have the distress number, which is 110 on all networks. So once they get a distress call, they contact us because we work together with them. We also give out our numbers to the communities as we do enforcement and policing. So those numbers can be used, individual numbers can be used to access us. In Uganda, we have about 26 establishments on Lake Victoria. We have covered Lake Albert with 4 establishments. We are on Lake Choga with 4 establishments. We are on Lake Edward, Lake George Kazinga Channel with 1 establishment. We are also on Bunyonyi, that's in Kabale. We are found in Mitiana, that's Lake Wamala. However, there are challenges. Our numbers are still small versus the resource basket. But with the support of other agencies and stakeholders, we shall be able to achieve our dream in saving lives of Ugandans. Like we have always done, we shall continue doing it. Another factor is the attitude of the people we enforce. At times, they take us for granted. If people, Ugandans, could change their attitude, we shall reach the desired goal. I will distribute the procures after here for contact or for further reference. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now to the Ministry of Health. We know the Ministry of Health is perhaps at the tail end of receiving victims of drowning. Can you briefly just tell us what the role of Minister of Health would be in preventing fetal drowning?
Thank you, our moderator. Minister of Health, as you have indicated, sees the burden of failed preventive measures in the system. Because of that, we have a duty to ensure that we join our colleagues, other MDAs and civil society organizations to see that we play a role in prevention. One of the steps which we can use is to make sure that the people who participate or who are near water, who do swimming, who do fishing, who do what, we have a local mechanism of understanding that they don't have chronic diseases which may compromise their ability to survive in water. Like people who may have conditions like epileptic diseases, like heart conditions and so on. We need to set up that. So as Minister of Health, we are working hard to ensure that. The other part is in terms of putting in the policy regulation. As I indicated before, we came up with the emergency medical services policy in 2021. In this policy, we respond to almost all emergencies, now including this of drowning. And so we work with other partners to ensure that it is safer to do so. The other part is ensuring that the first aid training, the rescue, the resuscitation, all this is being trained in a standard manner. And as Minister of Health, we are responsible for ensuring that the standards, the trainers, the trainees, the curriculum which they are using meets the minimum possible. So, like, for instance, you have been observing throughout this morning attempts at providing first aid, airway, CPR, and so on. So it's our duty to ensure that whoever is training the first responders is training them adequately, because you do not have a lot of time in saving life. Within 5 minutes, when the brain is denied of oxygen, it dies off, and other vital organs. So this is a time-sensitive area. The other part is on ensuring that we have available rescue services, like the marine ambulances. As a country, we have so far set up 14 ambulance vehicles staffed with coxswains, navigators, and paramedics who can be able to beef up the first responders or the swim guards who may be at the real waters. So we work closely with the Uganda Police Marine Force, the Uganda People's Defense Force Marine, and they help us in the section of coxswains and navigators. Then we provide the paramedics. So these people are available at a call to rescue people. But the first responders do the most important work, because they must be able to remove this person from the water, put somewhere, provide the first response as they make that distress call. And as Afande Nambozo has given you the contacts, those phone calls, sometimes on water, you may, this phone will not go through. So it is these contacts of police which we use to make sure that the information reaches somewhere. Lastly, mobilization of resources. We work with our within our partners to see that there is prioritization of drowning so that the contributions are made. We have also made an appeal to the central government for the first time, I think last year or this year, we now have at least a vote to run the marine ambulance services, and this is a big contribution. It has never been there. The marine services have always been with the security forces, but now we have them with the civilians. His Excellency, at the approval of the Emergency Medical Services Policy, he advised the Ministry of Health to come up with the civilian emergency response team, and in that he referred to the marine response and also to the aeromedical services, which we are working on deeply. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So there is hope in terms of emergency response for drowning. Dr. Kasule, the World Health Organization is responsible for providing technical guidance to countries. That includes Uganda. We called you here just to assure us how ready the WHO is to give us that technical support if we need to prevent drowning.
Thank you very much, Moderator, Honorable Minister. Yes, WHO is a technical agency that, like we said, provides technical support. And this we do through collaboration in generating evidence. WHO has collaborating centers all over the world that engage in research. Like you said earlier, what cannot be measured cannot be done. So we ensure that there is research to inform the interventions that we recommend for responding to drowning. There was WHO published the first report, and in here there were recommendations, and all these are based on evidence. What has worked elsewhere, but usually we recommend that countries contextualize, because there is no size fits all. So that report can guide us, the information there can guide us on designing our interventions according to our homegrown conditions. We have also developed an implementation guide, like he mentioned, that is helping the different implementers follow. And all these are evidence-based. They are not like, they are based on evidence. Yes. So that one is also helping people. And currently, we are working on generating more evidence. Like you mentioned, there is a decline in the numbers, but is that real? We want to find out. So we are collecting data to make sure that we are up to date, and also understand whether the interventions that we have recommended that people are using are working. So yes, that's where we are collecting evidence.
Thank you very much.
Countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, WHO. And just for your information, the WHO is currently trying to come up with the first ever global status report on drowning. And I'm also happy to be among the 10-man team as a technical advisory group to the WHO for that. So we are happy that the WHO is looking at it seriously. Now, I don't want to repeat any other question. I'm sure the public might have some questions to any of the panelists, and I'm going to give only 2 chances, if there is any. Only 2 questions. Be precise. Tell us who you are asking. Just 1 question, and make sure it is directed to one of the panelists. Please do not greet already finished greetings.
Thank you, Mr. Facilitator. Mutata Matthias is my name. I come from Ginger. I work with the State FM Ginger. My question goes to Afande Gladys. It's true you give us the toll-free lines, but we try to prompt these lines. They are ever busy By the time we get the response, you go through this one, then the other one, then you call the other center. So by that time, the person has already collapsed or died. Can you give us an alternative to that one? If the other one is trying to go through the procedures, can I get somebody whom I can call direct and also respond direct? Thank you so much.
Thank you. One more. Okay, let's balance the tent.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nina Mukunde. I work with an organization called Family Rescue Initiatives Uganda, and I've been lucky to work in fishing communities. My question goes to the Afande of the Marine Police, but it could as well be answered by somebody from Ministry of Works. I want to know if there's a regulatory framework or guidelines for enforcement agencies. Because where I work, I've come across complaints of fishermen being drowned by enforcement agents in the process of enforcing the law. So that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you. So we will go with those questions. And that last question is trying to say, as the police tries to rescue, they facilitate a drowning. Is that true? Please, in 1 minute, kindly respond to those questions, and I hand over this mic.
Thank you, moderator. To the first person, I didn't get the name well, from Ginger. The alternative numbers, we have availed them on this procure. I have the number of the commandant, the deputy, and the other line officers. They are here on the brochure. It will ease your work. Thank you. I hope I've answered you. Number 2. About killing people, I really don't know. Because, like I said, on issues of enforcement, it's not only Marine Police that enforces. We have counterparts, the UPDF. It could be individuals, but it's not our intention. It's none of our roles. We don't do that. Ours is safety. We ensure safety. Whether you're doing the wrong thing, but you are in need of our help, you're drowning, in the process of drowning, or you're most likely to drown, we always come to your rescue. Those are isolated cases of individuals. We shall, where they happen, you inform us using these numbers and we see what we can do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I hand over to the MC. And thank you, our panelists. Thank you for your attention, everyone.
WHO, Ministry of Health, you stay up, swim safe, and you'll be joined by the Commissioner, Ministry of Water, and the Honorable Minister for the final segment of this event. WHO? Oh, okay. You are allowed to come back. Honorable Minister, Commissioner, Ministry of Water. Careful, careful. So we are going to begin with the awarding ceremony. Then we shall have the speeches, the last 2 speeches. So I will hand over to Commissioner to read out the certificates, and the owners will have to come over for a photo moment and receiving the certificate from the Honorable Minister and a gift. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, our moderator, and thank you all. We shall be reading the names of
Taylor Jackson.
Taylor Jackson. Taylor Jackson is the first one. Give him a hand clap. Good. Good. Thank you. The next one is Charles Arthur Spencer. Charles Arthur Spencer. Pass it. Sorry. Good. That photo. Yes. Congratulations with this. The next is Connor Higgs Sompton. Use Connor Use Thompson. Good. The next one is Eric Tahiti Landswick. Good. Thank you. Eric. Then the next is Harrison. Get it ready. Harrison William. Is that correct?
Then Anna Rose Whitley. Anna Rose. Anna Rose Whitley. Where's Anna Rose? Then Ian Adrian Whitley. Adrian. Advaita Guru Prasad. Advaita Guru Prasad. Move closer. It's there, the minister. Patrick Ashby. Come closer, Patrick Ashby. Kata Minjun Morel, come closer. John Vance calls the fifth. John Vance, the fifth. Dante Fox, Bashavsky, Dante, come closer. Dante. Nathan Yagura, come closer. Nathan Yagura. Then Nathan David Green, also come closer. Yes, Yagura. No. London, yeah, Yagura. Then London John Kalik. London. Then Roman June Lang. Roman June Lang. John. Then Isaiah Gabriel Mauricio. Isaiah Gabriel Mauricio.
Honorable Minister, we apologize. Three of our participants, we have the t-shirts, but the certificates you are going to get them later, and the names are
Ray Whipley. Ray Whipley. And then Jake. Jake, come closer. That's Whipley. This is Whipley. Jake. Okay. And JP Defoe. JP Defoe.
Before. Okay. JP Defoe. Good. Thank you. Now be very smart in your New Jersey, and you come here and take a group photo with the minister. Yes. I think the minister is
Yes, the reason they've been awarded, they were involved in training up to about 120 kids on how to swim, and also I'm told also they were winners of the polo water game. Yes, the Ugandan team is also getting. They also have gifts, I'm told. Yes, we are going to have the water safety ambassadors, the ghetto kids, also receive badges they need to step forward and also have a picture with the minister. The ghetto kids step forward for the water safety ambassadors. And also they were also trained on how to swim by the same team. Step forward, the ghetto kids, with your manager, Dauda Kavuma. Lost and found. If you lost your small phone, claim it from myself. A small phone, someone lost it. Please feel free to collect it from me. Water safety ambassadors. The ghetto kids of Uganda, Kampala, Africa. Thank you very much. The water polo team, Uganda team also steps forward. Well done, and thank you for putting up a very good show and fight in the water. Where are their gifts?
Come and stand and take a photo with the minister as we wait. Come and take the photo with us here. Now, some may even kneel because some may not be seen. The short one is in the okay, sitting. Okay. So, is everyone
So Team Uganda gets gifts and they include, I think, training materials.
training materials?
Yes.
Let's open and show some of the items which are in, and we do a symbolic one where the minister can hand over one of the balls. Okay.
Yes, they have.
Who's the team leader? Yes, now team leader, come and receive one of the gifts from the pole. This is a pole, maybe a ball. You can do a symbolic hand over. A hand clap. Thank you so much. Okay, we want to see some of the items in there. Oh, those are great. Great. Hand over one of those. I think that one is the best to hand over. Take that photo. Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is the group photo done?
Photo, are we done? Not yet. Professor, we need you to be near the minister here. Please come over.
Careful, careful.
Good.
Okay, thank you, Team Uganda. And lastly, we are having the scouts from the US also giving some gifts to the scouts of Uganda. The scouts of US and Uganda.
Take this photo when I'm also handing to the young people here, the younger generation, national swimmers and the rescuers. Good. Thank you.
Let's clear the stage. We have the scouts.
Good.
Yeah, Honorable stays.
Hey, honorable stays. Okay. Does she sit?
Yeah, she can take a seat if she's. I'm told we have even Team Rwanda and where? Okay. So Team Rwanda, Kenya, also you need to come forward.
Take that photo. Stand. Another one. Thank you. From the scouts, eh? Good. Great. Excellent. Now which one is this? Yes. That's our national. Thank you. Good.
Team Rwanda and Kenya. Team Rwanda. Team Rwanda. Then Tanzania and Kenya. Then Team Tanzania. Team Tanzania. And Team Kenya. Karibu Uganda. I would then request the representative of WR to make her remarks, and thereafter we shall have our Honorable Minister.
Thank you so much, our Honorable Minister. As we get the WR's speech next, we also wanted to use this opportunity to recognize the presence of some of our dear partners and stakeholders that we invited and have stayed this long with us. Of course, majority of, I will not mention everyone else, but key to this, we have Clinton Health Access Initiative, who are invited by Minister of Health. Unfortunately, she's just walked out. We have Global Emergency Collaborative. They were also here, a partner to Minister of Health. Uganda Red Cross Society, independent, but we work closely with Minister of Health. Then we have Family Rescue Initiatives. Family Rescue Initiatives, they are there. Thank you for staying this long. Of course, Academia, School of Public Health, Makere, Dr. Poria is here. Thank you for staying this long. He's the head trauma, injury, and disability. Then, of course, we have the different MDAs. But within the different MDAs, my own capacity can go as far as Minister of Health And here we have a representative of the Commissioner Clinical Services who has stayed here since morning. Doctor, kindly stand up for recognition. This is Clinical Services, Minister of Health. And then we have Community Health, Dr. Andrew Mubanjizi. I don't know if he's still here. He's there. Thank you so much for staying this long. Of course, my own commissioner, you know, Dr. J.B. Wanyaye, who has been up there. But there is also a partner and who basically who's specializing in road safety, but we invited them to come and see the side of the water. And that is Uganda Roads Accidents Reduction Network, URENO. We wanted them to come and see what happens when it comes to drowning prevention or water accidents. We also have Ambulance Africa, a partner with Ministry of Health, Ambulance Africa. Then we have our very own Seed Global Health. Seed Global Health, partner to Ministry of Health. Of course, we have quite a number of partners, and they will be introduced as we go on, but it was very important for us to mention those as we proceed with the speeches. Thank you so much.
The Honorable Minister of Water and Environment, represented by the Honorable Minister of State for Karamoja Affairs, senior government officials, all the commissioners that have been mentioned, colleagues from the United Nations system, participants from the University of South Carolina, Professor Heather, and professors from Makerere University, representatives from the drowning fraternity, including the polo teams that gave us a spectacular display of skill, the organizing committee led by the Minister of Health, the Uganda Scouts Association that has hosted us today, the children who are here who entertained us with clear messages on drowning, the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Hafsa Kasule, and I'm here, the Technical Officer for Non-Communicable Diseases. I'm here on behalf of the WHO country representative, Dr. Jonas Tegenyi Woldemariam, who, due to other competing priorities, could not come here, but he is with us in spirit, and he knows that we are here participating in this function. So I'll go straight to his speech, and it goes like, I'm honored to be at this occasion when Uganda joins the rest of the world to commemorate World Drowning Prevention Day that was established in 2021 by a United Nations General Assembly resolution, and this one emphasized the need to raise awareness about the importance of drowning and the need for urgent, coordinated multi-sectoral action to improve water safety and reduce preventable deaths. This year's theme is do one thing, improve one thing, and add one thing to prevent drowning, which invites all of us, all the sectors and stakeholders, including community groups and individuals, to take at least one concrete action to promote drowning prevention. Drowning is a serious and neglected public health threat that claims over 300,000 people. The numbers you've already heard, so I will not take much time. And as we've already heard, Africa is among those ones that suffer most deaths. And evidence shows that Uganda has the highest drowning death rate, and the number is around 500 per 100,000 population. Drowning is a major cause of premature death in Uganda, especially among young adults whose livelihoods depend on water activities. Drowning is the leading cause of death, and I will not go through these numbers we've already heard. But although this death toll is more than 50% of those due to malaria, prevention efforts for drowning are still inadequate. Notably, children, males, and individuals with increased exposure to water, such as commercial fishing and fishing for subsistence, and those who use small boats are mostly likely to drown. Drowning accounts for 75% of deaths in flood disasters due to weak warning and evacuation capacity. Drowning prevention is a multi-sectoral issue that requires local, national government, water transport, water sport, education, fishing, health, and law enforcement sectors to work together to develop and implement national water safety strategies. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Ministry of Works and the Ministry of Water and Environment for the strategy that they've shown us here. And I believe that this strategy will help the country maximize the output of the scarce resources that we have as we look for more resources. Other strategies for preventing drowning include cross-sectoral coordination mechanisms that identify clear roles and responsibilities that promote multi-sectoral action, national and subnational quality data to ensure implementation and monitoring of evidence-based solutions, strong strategic communication to increase public awareness and support the uptake and success of prevention measures at the community level. Honorable Minister, we heard here that the community does not easily respond to these interventions simply because they are not aware. So we need to do a lot of awareness creation so that they understand that these prevention measures are useful and can reduce a lot of life loss. So in response to drowning, to the drowning public health problem, WHO released the first global report on drowning in 2014, which called for prioritization of drowning prevention and its integration in other public health agendas. Like we said, it's multi-sectoral, so if the local governments can make it part of their priorities and it's their plans, I'm sure a little money can be allocated to this activity. So integration is very important by other sectors. The report also calls for greater coordination and collaboration among UN agencies, the government, and key NGOs and academic institutions to prevent drowning. WHO has funded research in low-income countries, including Uganda, that answer questions on drowning prevention, among other activities. So on behalf of the Director General of WHO and the Regional Director, I would like to reiterate WHO's commitment to work with the government and partners to advance drowning prevention, to ensure that fewer families and communities experience the tragedy of losing dear ones. Let us all do our part, starting with just one concrete action to save lives, strengthen health equity, enhance emergency preparedness and response capacities, build climate resilience, and contribute towards achievement of at least 9 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. We know that drowning is preventable using solutions that are effective and cost-effective and scalable. Anyone can drown, no one should. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much, WHO. I wish to invite the Commissioner Emergency Medical Services to invite the Honorable Minister to make her speech. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, we want to thank you so much for taking time to be through all this function. Before I invite you, I want to also mention that we did not recognize one of our supporting agencies, UCREP, represented here by Doreen. Thank you so much for the support. Honorable Minister, we thank you so much for sitting all through, and without wasting a lot of time, I would like to take this singular honor to invite you to address our people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think it has been a long day. I can see the numbers have reduced. I think people are tired, and therefore I'll not take a lot of time, but the speech seems to be long. So you'll have to be a little more patient to listen to the speech that I'm going to read on behalf of the Minister of State for Water. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask for permission to take the protocol observed by World Health Organization, the representative. I observe the protocol. I am called Agnes Nandutu, State Minister for Karamoja Affairs, and I'm here to represent the State Minister for Water. These days when I introduce myself, people always tell me you have not introduced yourself well. And therefore, on every function that I go, they make me to introduce myself well by saying, I am Agnes Nandutu. Those are my names.
ones, the youth who are majorly drowning, we shall because it is preventable. It is dangerous, but preventable. Ladies and gentlemen, let us reflect on some key statistics that underscore the urgency of our mission. Every year globally, 320,000 lives are tragically lost to drowning. You can imagine the statistics. The previous speakers have already spoken about them. Shockingly, drowning is the leading cause of preventable death among children, claiming the lives of over 90,000 young ones annually. These statistics paint a grim picture of the devastating consequences that drowning incidents have on our communities and families. However, through our collective actions, we can bring about meaningful change. By implementing comprehensive water safety measures, raising awareness and providing education and training on swimming and rescue techniques, we can save lives and create safer environments. As the government of Uganda, we have successfully completed the development of the National Water Safety Strategic Plan for drowning prevention in Uganda. You can clap for the government of Uganda. Through the implementation of the strategy, this strategy, we can aim to reduce the risk of drowning among the teaching school-age children swimming and water safety skills, creating awareness on water safety and drowning prevention for different kinds of kids, and training responders in safe rescue and resuscitation of drowning victims. The successful implementation of this National Water Safety Strategic Plan will require financial resources. We estimate that the initial 5 years of implementation will entail a budget of 25 billion shillings. I am pleased to report that activities worth 11 billion shillings are already in progress, including the establishment of Search and Rescue Center, which we had the privilege to visit the other time. And when I reached at that Search and Rescue Center, I was very, very pleased because the equipment that is going to be put there will do a good job towards preventing drowning in Uganda. I am told there will be communication equipment that will oversee the entire of Lake Victoria, such that there is quick response. And I told the people who I was with that if we had such a facility previously, the incident that happened on Lake Victoria, where everybody was aware of balancing the boat, we ended up balancing everything in Uganda. So when that facility is completed, I think we shall balance Lake Victoria and prevent more drowning incidents in Uganda. Distinguished guests, allow me to acknowledge and extend my appreciation to the Ministry of Works, Transport, and the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Water and Environment for their unwavering commitment to safeguarding lives and adapting the National Drowning Prevention Strategy. Your dedication and collaboration have been instrumental in shaping the foundation of the efforts to prevent drowning incidents. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Bloomberg. It defeated me to pronounce, but that company there, for their unwavering support in the preparation of this strategy. Their partnership has been invaluable in ensuring the success of our endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, the adoption of the National Drowning Prevention Strategy by the Ministry of Water and Environment, the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Works and Transport marks a significant milestone milestone. It demonstrates our commitment to address this pressing issue and work towards effective prevention measures. I commend their proactive approach and urge other agencies that have not yet adopted the strategy to expedite their internal approval processes. Together, we can ensure that the strategy is embraced across all relevant sectors and that our collective efforts are unified. On behalf of the Ministry of Water and Environment, I commit that we shall vigorously continue our coordination role and ensure that the ministries, agencies, and departments expedite adoption of the national strategy. However, adopting a strategy alone is not enough. We must translate our plans into action. I encourage all stakeholders, including government agencies, civil society organizations, community leaders, and individuals to actively participate and contribute to the implementation of the National Drowning Prevention Strategy. Let us collaborate, share resources, and pool our expertise to create a comprehensive and sustainable framework that saves lives in our country. As we commemorate Global Drowning Prevention Day, let us recommit ourselves to the cause of water safety. Together we can make a difference. By doing one thing, improving one thing, and adding one thing, we can prevent drowning incidents and protect the lives of our loved ones. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers, supporters, and all those who have worked tirelessly to make this event possible. It has been a very wonderful event, and we should clap for them. I would like to extend a special thanks to the Swim Safe Uganda, Energy in Action, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Water and Environment, and Makerere University School of Public Health for their remarkable efforts in organizing this event. Let's also clap for them. Your dedication and hard work have not only made today's event a success, but also made a significant impact in raising awareness about water safety and drowning prevention. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our esteemed partners, most especially the Professor, clap for her, who have generously contributed both financially and in kind to the success of this function. Your support has been invaluable and in ensuring that this event reaches its full potential and delivers a meaningful message to our communities. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my gratitude to all the distinguished partners who have joined us today. Your presence and unwavering dedication to this important cause inspire us all. Together, let us continue to work hand in hand, united in our mission to raise awareness, educate our communities, and implement effective strategies that will transform our waters into safer spaces. Thank you once again, and let us embark on this collective journey towards a future where no one loses their lives to drowning. Together we can make a difference and create a world where water-related tragedies become a thing of the past. I saw a theme there, and before I go on other things, for God and my country. That is in the words of Honorable Aisha Sekindi, the State Minister of Water and Environment. But like I told you, I am a speaker, and if you risk to give me a microphone, we can speak until the cows come back home. I saw a message there where it says, anyone can drown, but no one should. It is a very catching word. Anyone can drown. When I was in my world as a journalist, I am a TV personality. I have been a journalist for more than 20 years, but I have now become a politician. But once a journalist, you remain a journalist. And we were at a function at a pool side in some hotel. And while the guest of honor was being welcomed in, I think near the pool, there was water, and he slid into the pool. And he was not able to officiate at that function that night. And from then, I feared going to functions that are organized around the pool. So anyone can drown. The minister drowned. If there was no trainer around, I think we should have lost him because he did not know how to swim. All of us who were there did not know how to rescue, and it was very dangerous. But we thank God that the trainer, the person who was training the people who were swimming at the hotel, had skills, jumped in the pool, and rescued the minister. So anyone can drown, and no one should. Thank you for listening to me. I remain yours, Agnes Nandutu, State Minister for Karamoja Affairs. Thank you so much.
Let's have the national anthems. Good. But as we conclude, food is being served. The adults will have to serve from the upper side, and they have to follow protocol. We'll allow the Honorable Minister to first serve, and the invited guests. DJ, give us the anthems and reverse order.